Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to She Boss Talk. I am Shante Roddy, coming to you today with an important update regarding the $15,000 EIDL grant by the SBA. These are important updates. These are for entrepreneurs and small business owners who think they may qualify for this grant program. So do come on in. As you're coming in, let me know that you can hear me and see me. This is important information, so I want to make sure that you get all the information that you need. Let me know who you are, where you're hailing from, what your business is. I love to hear about it. This is Monday. Excited to start out the day and the week, accomplishing our goals. So I hope you all are doing that. Just to say thank you to all of our supporters out there before I get started. Over the weekend, we reached our 20,000 YouTube subscriber milestone. So thank you all so much for your continued support. Do give this a thumbs up. Do share this out because there are millions of small business owners and entrepreneurs and nonprofits that have applied for the EIDL program back in 2020 that this applies to, and there's still business owners that they're missing out on the opportunity to get this grant. Okay, so as we know, grants are free money. It's money that you do not have back. It's not the same as a loan. So you don't want to miss out on these types of opportunities for a simple mistake. So that's why I come on, not to only share with you the opportunity, but tell you how to get it. So that's going to be really important. Again, and then if you know entrepreneurs, tag them in this video, share this video and our channel with them. As you know, last week, Thursday, President Biden signed into law the American Rescue Plan Act of 2021, which is a $1.9 trillion relief package with tons of money for Americans and billions and billions of dollars for small business in the form of new grants, as well as expansion on other grant programs that have already been released. As you all also know, we're still operating under the Consolidated Appropriations Act of 2020. That was enacted on December 27th of 2020. So those programs are still rolling out as well as been expanded. So there's going to be a lot of new updates that you need to be aware of. So I will be coming on more frequently and I will be covering each of these programs specifically in live video. So stay tuned for that. So tomorrow I'll be live talking about the restaurant revitalization grant. Wednesday, I'll be on talking about the Shuttered Venue Operators Grant Program. There's some unique differences with these programs, some things that you need to do that you may not have been aware of, systems you need to be able to register for in advance. So you want to make sure that you're getting prepared for these programs before they actually launch and before it gets to your time to be able to apply for these programs. So for today, we're talking about the EIDL grant. As we know, this was a $10,000 program. It's administered by the SBA, the Economic Injury Disaster Advance and Loan Program. We're not talking about the loan today. This is the grant. This is the new program, which is supposed to make those who applied on or before December 27th of 2020 to make you whole, meaning that those of us that did not get the full $10,000 as we were supposed to, right? Because they only gave out like $1,000 per employee. So if you did not get the full amount, then can qualify for the grant. So it was $10,000, and I'm going to tell you, it is now $15,000. I'm going to tell you how you can get that $15,000. Okay, it's $10,000 plus a $5,000 supplement, meaning that is $15,000. This program has been expanded under the American Rescue Plan Act, adding on an additional $15 billion onto the $20 billion that was added back in December. Okay. The SBA had already started sending out emails to all of us, right, in order. So they're taking, for these programs, is a phased approach, okay? So they started sending out these emails on February the 1st. I did a poll yesterday, I believe, on my YouTube channel wall asking where are you at? So I'm going to ask the same thing. Have you received an email from the SBA? That's sba.gov pertaining to this grant. Have you also obtained an approval letter saying that you have been approved for the grant? And then also, have you received the approval letter and also received your deposited funds? Can you please answer that in the comments? I'd love to know where everyone is regarding this grant program. Again, there's millions of people or businesses that they have to reach out to. So just know if your turn has not come, it doesn't mean that it's not coming, okay? And if you apply, the SBA has 21 days. Not to say that they won't go over that, but the law says it's supposed to be 21 days. So really, if it hasn't been 21 days, just be patient. I would say wait the 21 days. If like at day 21, day 22, you have not heard any back regarding if your grant was approved or denied, then you want to follow up with the SBA. I'm going to be giving you information on how to do that in just a second. To qualify for this program, though, not only do you have to have had applied before on or before December 27, 2020, you have to be located in a low-income community as defined by the IRS, okay? You can go to the SBA website. I'll also drop the link. It's a tool, a mapping tool where you can put your zip code or address in there. It will tell you if you're in a low-income community. You must have suffered an economic loss of 30% or more. This is where you need to have your gross receipts. The SBA is going to ask you for these because you need to be able to show, how do you show that you had a decrease in revenue of your income in 2020 compared to what you were making in 2019? That means you need to be able to show gross receipts. So they will be asking you for your tax return. And your 2019, because I get this question a lot, they will ask you for your 2019 tax returns. Okay, so we know many have not done your 2020. This is based on your 2019. You will need to provide financial statements. So what are financial statements? If you don't have our cheat sheet, I highly recommend you get that in our masterclass, because more and more they're going to be asking you for various financial statements to prove, number one, you're a legitimate business, two, that you actually made money, and then three, that you actually had a loss based on their criteria. And all of these programs, while they're asking you to show a loss, the percentage of loss may be different. For this program, it's 30% or more that you need to be able to show. That means you have to have a history of receipts, right? And then these reports that you can submit are easily generated if you're using an accounting tool, right? So if you have an accounting tool that all of your sales are running into, right, then that data is there and you can generate a report to be able to show what your income was in 2020 in an 8-week period. That's what you're going to need to compare to that same period in 2019. And I always say you want to use the period that you were most impacted, right? And compare those same periods, because they want you to compare apples to apples, okay? This is also for those that have employees of 300 or less employees. You would qualify for this program. Again, for-profits, nonprofits, gig workers, self-employed, independent contractors. That's important for you to know. So this is for everybody that had applied. If you qualify based on the standard, you submitted a successful application, this would apply to you. Now, before I get into what you're going to need, I want you to understand that they're rolling this out in phases. So right now, if you're getting emails from the SBA, that means that you receive a partial grant amount, okay? They have not started rolling it out for those that didn't get any money. So the first phase is for those that received less than $10,000. So if you received $1,000, maybe you received $2,000, $3,000, depending on how many employees you have, then you will be getting the balance thereof. They're reaching out to you all first, okay, via email. Then they will reach out to those businesses like myself, where I applied back in March, the first day, okay? and I still have yet to receive my grant, and that's because they ran out of funding for whatever reason. They couldn't verify my information or didn't get it situated before they ran out of money, and so I would be in that second category of businesses. Now, I actually spoke to a high-level representative in the SBA over the weekend to get some confirmations on this, and that was one of the things that they did confirm. There's also an FAQ on the SBA website that is dated February the 1st, the day that they started rolling out this program. So if you have any additional questions related to that, just simply go to the website or Google targeted EIDL grant FAQs, and it will lead you to that FAQ document on their website. I also have it linked into some of our other EIDL videos. We have an EIDL playlist. So for any of you all that need help getting prepared, getting your things situated for EIDL, it is there. Now, what are some of the things like a high-level director said that you would need in order to get this grant? So the first thing is you need to be monitoring your emails, right? For if and when the SBA sends you a notice. That's number one. And that's something that still entrepreneurs are not doing. And I'm serious, okay? So monitor your inbox, and not only your inbox, check your spam, because many find that weeks and months later, after the expiration date, it was sitting in their spam folder or a promotional folder, just depending on what email platform that you're using. And if it's a personal email versus a business email, it does make a difference in how information shows up in your email and whether or not it may go to your spam and it's not spam versus your inbox. So it's just up to you to be able to monitor that for the information to come through. So again, tax returns 2019 is a given. If you have not done your taxes, we're in 2020 at this point. Get those taxes done. Now, your taxes must show business income. I'm really speaking to those that are like gig workers, independent contractors, those that really don't think they have a business, but you do. And you may not have been filing your taxes properly, or the person you had doing isn't doing them properly. You should have a tax return. Most are filing on a Schedule C. So you file your 1040s, and you have a Schedule C form. That is where your business income is, right? So you're not submitting employee income. It's your business income, which is on a Schedule C or other type of business form, just depending on what type of business you have. Okay. So if you have questions, please drop them. I'll answer them while I'm live before I close out this broadcast. You would need to confirmation that your original application's information is still accurate. So people ask me this as well. Well, what if my business moved, right? My address is different. That has happened. They will allow you to update that information. What if your bank account has changed? You definitely want to update that. That's the reason why a lot of people did not get it in the first round, is there was some issue with the bank. Them being able to verify your bank account. You must remember how you submitted your application and what the circumstances were when you first applied to the EIDL program in 2020. But they would give you an opportunity to change that. One thing to know, there are a lot of you too, that when you apply, you were just an independent contractor. You've since gotten an EIN and you've registered your business, right? You have to remember how you filled out your application, okay? If you used your social and now you have an EIN, don't use that EIN, okay? If there's anything like that, you definitely want to call the SBA and make sure they have accurate information, because again, they're comparing it to what you already submitted. Right? So if there's any differences, you may cause yourself to lose out, okay, on the opportunity. My business changed as well. Like when I applied in March, in April, I had actually registered my new business. So I applied under different businesses, right? So you were able to do that, and some of you have done that. That means that if you have two different businesses, you would actually be going through this process for two different businesses, right? So you could potentially get $15,000 for each legitimate business, okay? Just want to make sure that you understand that. But remember your application number. It will be on the email that they send to you. So just note that your gross receipts that they may ask you for include 2019, 2020, and 2021. And then also the tax form 4506T is one that they will be asking you for, not only to verify taxes with the IRS, but locality as well, because this program is for those that are in the U.S. or U.S. territories. And so that's going to be important as well. Here's a note from one of the district directors of the SBA. Okay, align with what I constantly communicate. This is her advice to any of you all that are wishing to benefit from this program. Print out all your forms, fill them out, let them sit. You don't want to be waiting until the minute you get the email. Okay, let them get them ready, get them organized, let them sit, have someone check them out. Dot your I's, cross your T's, and please, please, please take the extra time to make sure everything is correct. Why? Because unlike the EIDL loan, you will not be able to appeal. Okay? And I get every day someone telling me for these different programs, oops, I forgot I submitted the wrong document for this, I submitted the wrong thing for that. Don't be in such a hurry that you're going to mess it all up. You have the time now. You haven't gotten the email. Take the time to go through all the things that you need. Set up a folder in your Dropbox, Google Drive, whatever you use. I recommend some type of cloud platform, so it's already available when they send you the email. Okay, and it's going to be an email invitation for you to apply for the program. And then once you apply, you submit your information, you then have a portal for which you can track your information and the status of your grant. Okay. Now, here's where the 15,000 comes in. So there's 10,000 you're going to get, or the balance thereof. So for someone like me, I to get any, that means if I qualify, submit all my information correctly, I will get $10,000. Now, the SBA has 21 days to approve you or deny you and let you know what the reason is by email. I say that all the time. They will let you know. They're supposed to let you know why you're denied. You get the 10,000. Now, here's the with this new stimulus program, you can get another $5,000, and that is going to be a phased approach as well. So the first set of qualified businesses are those that are in the category of severely impacted. That means what they consider severely impacted is based on those that have submitted their applications to get the grant, the $10,000. If you are one that had 50% or more decrease in gross revenue, gross receipts in 2020, you would be the first ones to get the $5,000 supplemental grant. Okay. After that, they have a category of substantially impacted, and those people are the ones that had a decrease of 30% to 50%, will then have the opportunity to get $5,000. Okay. So that's how you get the $15,000 in grant money through the targeted EIDL grant program, which is administered by the SBA and continues to be administered by the SBA. So that's good news. Just that one program, you can get up to $15,000 as it stands right now with the expansion of the program and with the additional $15 billion funding. That is the language that is in the Act, the American Rescue Plan Act. Now, someone was referred to me by one of my entrepreneur peers to help her get access to some of these SBA grants. So when she contacted me in my inbox, I went through, I asked questions where I'm very inquisitive. So I asked her, did you get an email from the SBA regarding the targeted EIDL grant? So she came back and she said, yes, but she said it didn't look like it was anything from the SBA. So she was just ignoring it. Okay. do not ignore emails, even if you think it is not legitimate. You may think it's a scam. It is upon you to investigate. I have always said, and basically all of these videos, that if an email is coming from the SBA or the federal government, if it's real, it will have .gov at the end, not .com, not .net, not .org. Okay, .gov. So so I asked her to send me, screenshot it, let me know exactly the email that it came from. And the email, it had her application number on it, and it was her invitation. Now, had she not been referred to me in time, she would have missed out on the $15,000. But because if there was still time, but it had been sitting in her inbox for 2 weeks, and she just was ignoring it. Okay. If you get an email you may get regarding this program, these are the emails you may see. Again, if it's sba.gov on the end, it is legitimate. Okay. Please tell your peers out there. Again, don't let this be a reason you don't get $15,000. It will come from a .gov email, targeted advance at SBA. Also, if you have inquiries about your grant and what the status is of your application that you submitted, you can send it to targeted advance at sba.gov. I will make sure these are in the comments as well. Targeted advance at sba.gov. That's where hers came from. Now, I've also seen disaster customer service at sba.gov as well. So you notice both of those have an extension of sba.gov. It is legitimate. So right now, if you are watching and you have not checked your emails, you have not checked your spam folder, I would highly encourage you to drop what you're doing and go check your emails and make it a regular activity that you do in monitoring your email. That's one of the number one reasons why people don't get the grants that they apply for. Okay, is that they're just not checking their emails. Also, here is a number, 1-800-659-2955. 1-800-659-2955. I will put it in the show notes in the description on our YouTube channel. I'll also drop it in the comments after this live is over with. But again, they're telling you, this is coming from the district director, to get everything in order. Make sure everything is correct. If you need to work with an accountant, a consultant, a coach, a tax preparer, then do what you need to do. You ask yourself, is it worth it getting the $10,000 or $15,000 through this program to get your business in order? You're the CEO of your business. And they're not just going to be giving money, thousands of dollars, to anybody. Like, you really need to have your business in order, and you're going to need to verify these things, because what happened in the first round, we all already know there was a lot of fraud. Okay, people were making up businesses just to get access to the grant. That's not. They're putting controls in place and vetting to lower the instance of that happening. They want the money to get to the businesses, the legitimate businesses, who they should be going to. Okay, so when you ask, why are they asking for all this information? Why aren't they just automatically giving us a deposit? That's one of the reasons, because there's millions of people that applied that shouldn't have got it anyway. They made up fake businesses, fake farms, to get money that should have been going to those that didn't get it, that have been waiting, like myself, for a year. Is that fair? No, it's not. So they needed to have these extra controls and take extra time, the 21 days, to really go through the applications and make sure that they're accurate, that you're in business, and that you're still in business, right? So, that's important. Those are important things to note. So again, what I'm talking about right now today is the targeted EIDL grant, the grant program administered by the SBA. That is a newer program under the bill that passed in late 2020 with $20 billion, and they just added on $15 billion under the American Rescue Plan Act of 2021. Okay, So this is an opportunity for a lot of you all to get money for your business. I'm just going to scroll through here again. If you have any questions, let me know. I see a lot of comments out there. Let me just see if there's any questions. A lot of comments. Hello, everyone that's out there. Yes, it's 15. So if you're late tuning in, I highly recommend that you go back to the beginning. Make sure you have all the information. Yes, $15,000 because it's $10,000. Then there's a $5,000 supplemental grant. So a lot of these newer programs that are going to be rolled out soon will actually have a grant and a supplemental grant as well. That means you get money twice, right? That's something that happened. PayPal did it. Like I was awarded a PayPal grant, and they came back to us later and they said, we know there's a need. We want to give you all more. We're going to give you a supplemental grant, and this is around about what it may be. And it actually wound up being higher than what they had told us. And we were able to get that in early 2021. I think we received it in January, but this is the same type of thing. So I just explained how you will get the full $15,000. So really, and it's, again, let me say this too, with the SBA, their grants is based on funding, right? We know funding can tend to run out quickly. That's why they just added the $15 billion. It's first come, first serve in the order that they're doing. What that means is you don't have time. You have to understand this is time sensitive. You don't have time to hesitate, procrastinate, or delay. They will move on to the next person that has their information in order. And no, they will not backtrack and say, oh, you were one of the ones that applied first. If you don't have your information together, they move on to the people that do. Even if they follow up and they say, okay, ma'am, sir, we're requesting additional information. If you don't follow up with it, provide the right information in the time that they ask you, that's it. There is no appeal option. So make sure you take the time to get all your information together. Make sure it's accurate before you upload. Make sure you're uploading the right thing to the right place. Okay. So I monitor my email every day as well. And then those that did not receive any money and we're waiting that phase, they have not indicated at what point they will start sending out their letters. Just monitor your emails, okay? It could be the next few weeks. It could be tomorrow. We just don't know how long it's going to take them to get through the first phase. We have someone that says they received the email reply and they haven't heard back and it hasn't been 21 days. Okay, then you're in good shape. They notified me that they sent an email on February 12th and she didn't receive it. They were unable to resend the email. Not sure what to do other than wait. Yeah, that's interesting. Someone else has said that. I don't know if you're the same person that said that they sent the email. That's why I gave you the contact number. So if you're not sure, first check your inbox, check your spam, and check your promotional folders. If you don't see anything in there, use the email that I gave you and the number and just call them. Have your application ready and just say, just checking in to see if, the SBA sent me any correspondence. I have been checking my email. I didn't see anything. And then they will say yes or no. If they say yes, then you need to go through the process and see what happened, because let them know that it's not there. Now, if you deleted it because you just randomly delete spam, that's a different story. Okay. So, but someone said that there was an issue with the SBA said that they sent emails, and then you have to remember what email you used when you applied. That's another issue that a lot of people are having. If you can't keep up with your emails, that's going to be a problem. You need to remember what email you used for different things that you're applying for. And I will hope that it will be the same email so it's easier to keep track of, because that is where they're sending the correspondence. So if you're looking for them to send it in another email, it's not going to happen. You need to remember what information you provided at the time that you applied to the program back in 2020. Okay, I'm in NC and I found my letter that was sent 3 weeks ago, so I plan on sending it back this week. See? 3 weeks. 3 weeks. So, fortunately, they found it in time that they can follow up and apply. But you probably have emails sitting in your inbox that are important, missing out on the opportunities. Another viewer said, received my targeted letter, filled it out. Her 456T, my portal is saying submit it. Okay. So there will always be some type of portal when people say, well, how do I track the status of my application? Again, you will always have access to some type of a portal for these grants that you're applying for. The cheat sheet, Sheena, if you look on the screen, go to bit.ly/SBT, get grants now. That's where you can find the cheat sheet. It's a grant winning grant application cheat sheet. It has all my insider tips and tricks on it. On how I win grants for my business. I've been able to win over $100,000, and I've helped thousands of others win millions in free money for their business. And the Masterclass was a live interactive session where we walked through all the different grant scenarios, stimuluses, challenges, and help you stand out as an applicant to increase your chances of winning grants. There are more and more grants coming out. I won't go into it in this video because this is really for EIDL. But if you're not subscribed already, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you stay in the know, because there's so much information coming out and it's going to be rolled out quickly because after President Biden signed this into law, his team is already getting ready to go on tour and do community outreach to let you know what is in the plan and how it's going to benefit you, your families, and small businesses. So they're doing that like starting today. So I will actually be back on here live at 6 p.m. to do a regular stimulus update because there's just so much information that you all need to know about. But these are specific videos. This one is for the EIDL Grant Program. Again, $15 additional billion been added. Millions of businesses have already applied. Nonprofits have applied to this. Gig workers have applied. Independent contractors have applied. Know that there's money coming, because I get people saying, well, there's no grants out there. And I'm asking them about this program or PPP, and they haven't applied, or they don't know that these new programs are coming out. That's why I'm relying on you all to share the information, to tag your peers. Because I still, if you have a group, if you have a community, you should be talking to them about the stimulus programs, the grants. Let them know. You can't make them apply. But I think one of the biggest issues is that they just don't know, or that they don't know that they qualify for these programs, right? And so we want people to know that they qualify, but that's not enough. You have to be able to have your information together and be able to prove, right, that you're in business, and be able to show these decreases in income, in business income. Right now, there's nothing that they're saying extra you have to do for the 5,000 because you're already doing it for the 10. So it should be relatively easy because they will base the calculation based on what you're giving them. That's why you want to make sure it's correct. Right. And so then they will have their internal algorithm systems be able to determine, based on what you submitted, if it fits into that severe category or the substantially impacted category, to be determined if it meets that threshold, number one, and which category do you fall into would determine how, if you're going to get it first. Right. And it, again, is based on funding. Right. So it's just based on how much funding that they have available. Okay. All right. So that's it. Targeted EIDL grants. No, PayPal grant is not still available. If and when it does reopen, I will let you know. But we do have all the resources and tools that we have available for you are always linked in the description and in the show notes. Highly recommend that you use them. Don't go into these application processes blindly. There is billions of dollars that are coming for small, being made available. They're going to be rolling out these programs very quickly. So use the tools that we have worked hard to put together for you. We've done all the heavy lifting. Our grant tracker, we updated it this weekend. When I say we, it's me, okay? So I updated tons of new national, international grants that are available. Don't forget about the grant and pitch opportunities in your states, in your local geographic area. On our resource page, our grant tracker, at the top, I've added the American Rescue Plan Act at the top, as well as the new and expanded programs right underneath. And as they begin to roll out, we will add more information there, videos, resources, links to resources and things, so that you have the information that you need to go after this money. So there's no reason why you can't, at minimum, get $100,000. I mean, I haven't even talked about PPP. So while you're waiting on your EIDL, be applying for Paycheck Protection Program. Okay, that is a forgivable loan that once you meet the criteria, it turns into, you spend at least 60% on payroll related costs. You submit your easy forgiveness application, and whatever a loan amount you received is, you get, that's grant money. It's free money. This is all free money for you and your business that they're giving out right now, okay? And the deadline is March 31st. The deadline for the PPP is March 31st. Apply to multiple lenders, and apply right now. Get your forms in order. Similar to what I said you're going to need for EIDL is what you're going to need. They're going to be asking you for PPP. They're going to ask you for bank statements. I think they asked me for invoices. So you just have to have them ready to be able to show what you've done in your business and what, in comparison. Okay. But the programs are here. They're waiting for you to apply. Make getting money for your business, free money, a priority today. Okay. And then I'll follow up with any additional questions later on. You'll have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful week ahead. And again, I'll be back on around 6 p.m. Eastern for the regular stimulus update on all the rollout activities that are coming, so that you know what you need to do, or what you can expect for you, your family, and your small business coming up in the upcoming days. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Continue to be the boss with amplified impact, and continue to stay safe and in good health. Bye.